YouTube, we're here.
Hey everybody, Chris from Six Wins here with Matt, and we're going to be breaking down some matchups. I'm putting this shirt on because you may have saw in the description or the thumbnail who we got in one of our upcoming matchups for Best Male Superstar. My watch always gets caught. We got our homie Mick Foley, who was a 7 seed, versus the other homie. I don't know why I'm calling him homie. I never call people homie. Bray Wyatt. And then our 2 versus 15 matchup, John Cena versus Yokozuna.
Yeah.
Big man. And I got a couple of questions for Matt before we get into it. So our first two, who we talk about? Foley versus Bray Wyatt. Remember this Mick Foley guy? He had 3 faces.
Yep, he did.
3 faces of Foley. Cactus Jack, Mankind, and Dude Love.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed there's 3 other names. Bray Wyatt, John Cena, and Yokozuna.
Oh.
You gotta do a Dude Love, a Cactus Jack, and a Mankind with Bray Wyatt, John Cena, and Yokozuna. Who's who? You're on the spot.
Oh, they have to play one of those 3 faces of Foley.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, awesome. I think if Vince is in control of this, or if I'm asking Vince, he is gonna put Yokozuna as Dude Love, because Vince loves a large guy having to dance. If there's any gimmick, if you are Rikishi, if you are Otis, if you are Yokozuna, and you can dance, Vince is gonna be like, dance out in that ring, damn it. So Yokozuna as Dude Love, I think, gets that comedy thing.
Sweet.
I will have, and I think, Cena's a tough one to pick. Wyatt would be really good as either Cactus Jack or Mankind.
Yeah.
But I think Wyatt probably would do better in the kind of hardcore matches required than John Cena. Just because John Cena's got a moneymaker and, you know, we can't have him landing on a bunch of thumbtacks.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put Bray Wyatt as Cactus Jack.
Oh.
And I'm going to have John Cena test out those acting chops.
Okay.
As Mrs. Foley's baby boy. Mankind. Mrs. Foley's baby boy. That'd be so ridiculous. I love it. How did you feel about putting those 3 in Mick Foley faces?
Oh, man. I would mix it up. I would go, well, I like Yokozuna's Dude Love. I'd swap it. I would go Cena as Cactus.
Oh.
Can't hide that moneymaker behind a mask. I think Bray.
That's true.
Bray would do good as Mankind.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, but I like Yoko as.
Yeah, I almost think John Cena could do really good as Dude Love.
Yeah.
And you just put Yokozuna as like Cactus Jack.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know if that's ridiculous. Yeah, maybe. I don't know where Yokozuna fits in. If he's not Dude Love.
Dude, imagine Yoko as Mankind, so he has to take that bump off the top of the cell.
I'm just trying to imagine Yokozuna as Cactus Jack and like portraying it reminds me of Jimmy Wang Yang.
Yeah.
They had like this like bit comedy character. It was like a man of Asian descent who thought he was a cowboy in WWE for a while. Very small mid-card, like low-card jobber. Jimmy Wang Yang. He came out in a cowboy hat.
Okay.
I think that's how they'd have to play Cactus Jack if Yokozuna was Cactus Jack.
Yeah.
But, all right, that's great. I love it. I want to do that for every wrestler.
So good.
Put him as Foley's roles. Awesome.
Yeah. And real quick, Bray kind of has 3 faces. He's got the Fiend. Mm-hmm. He's got, hey man, rocking chair Bray.
Wyatt family.
And then he has the Firefly Funhouse Bray.
Yeah.
How about same question but for Bray? You got Mick Foley, John Cena, Yokozuna playing. Hey man.
Yokozuna can probably do the Fiend because it doesn't require any talking, just an intimidating presence. And putting a large guy like that, I think it would still get that intimidating factor. So I think he could do that. I think, oh man, I think either guy could pull off either of these. What's more interesting to me? I think it would almost be easier to see John Cena as Firefly Funhouse because I think he can play that like overly cheery, mockingly sarcastic guy. He's done it for part of his career, so I almost want to put him as Wyatt family cult leader.
Oh, that's cool.
And see Foley try Firefly Funhouse. I want to switch those two up just because I think it's a little too easy for Foley to do cult leader and Cena to do Firefly Funhouse. I'm gonna test them out and see who does better in the reverse roles.
I really like that. You've convinced me. Mick Foley as Firefly Funhouse Bray reminds me of, you remember when Mankind went and visited Vince McMahon in the hospital? He had like the party blower,
yes.
And then like followed up, of course, with the classic bedpan hitting McMahon over the head.
Oh my God, yeah.
He brought the balloons in like that kind of. Aren't they colorful?
Yeah.
But anyways, that's over 5 minutes of just BS. So
amazing.
What do you think about these matchups? Foley Bray, I was really excited about this one. What about you?
Me too. This one is so hard for me. Mick Foley, especially as Mankind, was like at a time one of my favorite wrestlers. Like I wanted to be that. I love the hardcore wrestling. I wanted people to hit me with a chair or like DDT me on a stop sign and things like that. So I'll always love like Mick Foley and Mankind. Just a personal favorite of mine. I also love Bray Wyatt. I loved the Wyatt family, build they did, and I loved the execution of it. It was so good, and when they got in the ring, and they were the first team to beat the Shield.
Right.
And I loved the Shield and was so over with them, but I was good with the Wyatt family beating them. That's how into the Wyatt family I was. I thought it was so good. I loved what Bray Wyatt was doing, and I loved that he actually got to have in-ring matches that were like normal matches. He's good in the ring. He moves fast and hits with an impact on guys. I love that like crossbody that he does off the ropes. It's just like, it's a train wreck. Like he hits hard, and I'm so mad they don't put him in like regular matches, which is why basically from once they got rid of Wyatt family and moved him into Funhouse and Fiend and what he's doing now, I still really like him, but he's I don't know if it's his choice or their choice, but he's so good in the ring, and he can tell his stories in matches and really build a lot to his feuds by just having good matches. And I think he's dipping for me, whereas Foley will just be an all-timer. So I would go Foley, but I had no clue how this one would go. How would you have voted, and did you think one would win?
Oh man, I love them both so much, and there are very few first-round matchups that I would pick anyone else over Bray. I love Bray so much. I think when he got brought back to the company, that whole just theatrical, whatever you want to call it, with Husky I don't even know, just they did a spotlight on all his like characters, and then they had the box and they had him come out of the box. For me, it was like top 5 returns of the company of all time.
Yeah.
Like up there with Austin, Rock. It was so good. Edge returning at the Rumble 2020. Cena returning at the Rumble 2008. It was that good. I was going crazy at home. I actually do like how they're building Bray.
Okay.
I like the LA Knight feud. It's weird. It's kind of dumb that they had to do like the pitch black gimmicky match. Although you were drinking your pitch black as we were watching it here. Gosh, I'm gonna go Bray Wyatt.
Woo!
I was literally, you had me convinced. I was going Foley until I think he's just the most unique character. And I think they're saving. I think it's a very slow burn. Like you don't want to bring Bay back. I'm bringing baby
back.
Wyatt. If Bray wins, we Wyatt. What else can I say? I'm going Bray. We put it up to a vote as we do with every single matchup. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Sometimes I'll throw it up on my personal Facebook.
My mailbox. You can just put it. You can slide a slip of paper in my mailbox for your vote.
Right up there when you're voting for the president. I'm not going to get into presidential talk. We're not here to start controversy. We're here to talk about wrestling because we love it and it's fun. I'm going Wyatt, but when it was all said and done, Mick Foley, the hardcore legend, Cactus Jack, Dude Love, Mankind, He's moving on
Yeah.
to face the winner of the 2 versus the 15. John Cena versus Yokozuna. I'll give my thoughts quick. Then you can give yours.
Yeah.
Then we'll reveal the winner. Cena all day. Cena carried the company. Yokozuna was great. Cena, if they were ever in a match, Cena would lift him up in the attitude adjustment.
Yeah.
Drop him 1, 2, 3. It might take 2 or 3 because
Yeah.
you know finishers these days. You don't. There's no such thing except for what was Baron Corbin's
End of days.
End of days until Drew kicked out.
Happy Corbin.
They need to bring back Sad Corbin, but
I like Corbin a lot.
any thoughts on Cena, Yoko?
Not much. Yokozuna, again, one of those like very iconic and I won't say iconic, but memorable just personalities and characters from that time. He was in the video games. Like if you saw him, you're like, oh, that's Yokozuna, and you thought like he was probably the best because he was like looked like the biggest and the strongest guy when you're a kid and stuff like that. But yeah, John Cena. Everything he's done and how long he's been doing it is, of course, a longer and more prominent stretch than Yokozuna. So you've got to go John Cena. And I didn't think Yokozuna had much of a chance. Did Yokozuna pull off the biggest upset by beating John Cena?
He did not.
He did.
Cena made a statement in the first round. Not a whole lot of love for Yokozuna in any of the polls. Cena's moving on, and we have an interesting matchup. Because Cena is very polarizing.
Mm-hmm.
Mick Foley seems to just be a fan favorite. So in the second round, we're going to have Mick Foley versus John Cena. I think if we're going to see any upsets in the second round, this is going to be the one.
Could be. Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, I'll leave us with this one. Run.